everybody. Hello. So I was one of the people that wasn't necessarily jumping for joy when I was attached to the chain Pastor sent out to be one of the 7. But out of obedience, I'm here. And today, I just really wanted to talk about like the disconnect from God, because this is something that I've had to deal with in my journey over the years. Just allowed the busyness of life and the different obstacles to kind of just steer me away from pursuing God. So, and currently this is the season I'm going through, but overcoming at the same time. So I just wanted to speak to somebody who may be able to relate, where you're seeking God, you're going to church, you're serving, you love God, but you're not necessarily pursuing that relationship. And then there comes doubt, and then there's fear, and then you lose hope. So all of that kind of trickles down, and then you're in this place where it's like, where's my hunger? Where's my desire for God? So today I'm really just here to encourage that person to really just go back to the beginning and seek God, pray, read your word. I know that's what everybody says to do in those times, and you don't really want to hear it all the time, because sometimes it feels like God's doing his own thing and I'm doing my own thing, but we're not really one in that season. So you have to really press to really seek God and find out what it is he's trying to get out of you in that season. Because I was always like, why am I going through this and how did I get here? But I know that there are other people who are dealing with it too, and we have to, as a body, as a family, come together and find accountability partners to hold you to it as, okay, how do I go get back to where I once was? So that's all I wanted to say. That was 2 minutes. That was close. Thank you.
So, some of my favorite teachers, some of the most impactful people in my life have been women. From my mother to my grandmother to my Aunt Yolanda, these 3 women have poured into my spirit, have given me colloquialisms, terminology, have given me just ideology that I just apply to my life. It is my relationship with women, my family and friends, that I have grown as a man. So the women in my life, there's 2 particular friends that I have. I was going through a very dark season, and one said, Evan, something's going on with you spiritually, so you need to go to deliverance. Another one of my friends was like, well, Evan, I think there's something's wrong with you emotionally, so you need to go to a counselor. I told them both where they could go. And I said, well, I am not, going, I'm good. But one of the things I learned from women is that you all are really good at seeking help. So men, we don't do that too well. We think, again, I'm good. So, but women, y'all go after, y'all chase it, y'all boss up, y'all handle up. The thing that I learned, that when a woman cuts her hair, and I'm not just saying that when she takes her weave out, I'm saying when she cuts her hair, there is something that she's about to do. She's about to handle up on her business. So when I look at a woman, I say, you know what? What can I learn as a man? So when I go to Luke chapter 8 and I see the woman that had the issue of blood, she had it for 12 years. And so she was going to the different people, different physicians, and no one could handle up on her. No one could solve her problem. But she heard about a man named Jesus who was passing by, and she said, wow, if I can just get to Jesus, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I know that I will be made whole again. So the fact of the matter, though, is when you look deep into it, the woman was ostracized. She was marginalized. Women back in those days really didn't have the power that they have today. They were often seen rather than heard. You were supposed to be in the background. But this woman said, you know what? I'm going to push my way through the crowd. I have to get to Jesus. If I have to be ostracized, if I have to be looked upon down, I have to get to Jesus. So if I have to even get to the hem of his garment, if I have to touch the dirtiest, dustiest place to get, I know that I will be made whole. And the one thing that I learned is the men in this situation said, and even Jesus himself said, who touched me? But the fact of the matter is we pay so much attention to that question that Peter and everyone else that said, well, I don't know who it was. But the fact is Jesus did not ask that question to bring the attention to the female. Even though that the woman was very impactful, she was made whole and she walked away. The fact of the matter is Jesus asked that question for the people that was with him. Because how many times are you walking with Jesus? It said that he had a multitude of people around him. However, it was only one that touched him for real. It was only one that pulled from him. So the question is, how are you walking with Jesus? Are you walking with him? You can come to church every Sunday. You can pray. You can fast. You can sing on the choir. You can do whatever you want to do. But did you have a true encounter with Jesus? Are you like that woman who just wants Jesus? Are you the one that knows that he can only make your mind whole? He can only set you free. He can regulate your mind. He can send you out of a depression. He can bring you from a pit. I was locked up in a hospital. I was locked up. I had a handcuff because I was depressed. I was messed up. I was out of my mind spiritually and emotionally. But you know what I had to do? I had to go chase after Jesus. I had to go after him. So I stand before you right now saying that if it wasn't for Jesus, I couldn't do it. No one else couldn't do it for me. I had to go chase after Jesus. So when you truly define that you want an encounter with Jesus, when you truly want to know that you need to touch the hem of his garment, are you going to go chase after him? Or are you going to be like that woman in the Word that had said, you know what? I don't care who looks at me. I don't care what it may look like. I don't care what people say about me. I need Jesus. And if I could just touch him, I know I'll be made whole. Or are you going to be stereotypical and sit back and say, nah, I'm good? So the question I asked everyone in here today, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want your deliverance? How bad do you want your mind set free? How bad do you want to be made whole? How bad do you want it?
Hallelujah. I just want to shout right now. Thank you, God. So God gave me God's plan